Bow is it going? This is Papazero here once again, and for those wondering, yes, I am still on Windows 95. I know. Sometimes my OBS Studios captures an additional frame per second and it looks like I've upgraded my rig, but I assure you, I have not. Since I just made an assassin build, I decided, you know what, Yup, I'm doing it. Another assassin build, why not? It's been a while since I have told a story about how a build comes together. For me, at least. And I also haven't had Billy on in a while, so I figured, why not combine the two?
That's enough out of you, Papa Z.
Okay, geez, I was just gonna set the scene, but never mind.
Alright, so a few days ago, I'm scrolling through the YouTube's bottom 10 videos of the year, and your Poison Mjolnir Cast on Crit video pops up. I start to shake my head in disbelief. Cast on Crit and no Cospri's Malice? Come on.
I told you, I couldn't find the Cospris with the tree node for weeks.
Enough. As I was saying, I promptly clicked on the video just to give it thumbs down.
Did you actually watch?
There's no need. I've seen enough from the thumbnail. I did, however, fire up the POB and promptly fixed all your mistakes. Changed up the gear and slapped Cospri's Malice in each hand.
What about the defenses? Did you see those? They were actually pretty good and well thought out.
I didn't have time to worry about such trivial things. I just placed Immutable Force and Blood Notch Jewels on top of Grace Aura and called it good.
Perfect.
Why worry about the defenses when you can kill everything in minutes?
That's not that great.
Let me get into the story of what inspired me. 7 months ago, I was cycling on Mount Fuji.
Oh yeah? You were on Mount Fuji, Billy? Really? Cycling, huh?
Sorry, I mispronounced that. It's actually Mount Yuji. It's a huge hill, okay? So as I was riding my bike, parchness started overcoming me, and I nearly fainted. But right before I did, I noticed a vending machine out in the distance. At first I thought it was a mirage, but I had not the time to think. I shifted the motorized gear to the highest of gears, and the bike went as fast as it could to get me to my destination.
Wait a minute. You weren't even pedaling?
I was slightly parched, okay? Can we focus on that, please? Anywho, I arrived at the vending machine, and never have I ever reached in my pocket faster to grab my wallet. This part is going to be a bit intense, so listeners' discretion is advised. I opened my wallet and gasped because I forgot my Suica card. Panicked, I opened the back trunk of my bike.
Dude, were you on a literal motorcycle and weren't bicycling like at all?
Papa Z, please. This is an emotional story. I had no card, I had no change. I thought I was going to die until a stranger appeared out of thin air.
Didn't you say it was the Lawson convenience store right next to the vending machine that he appeared out of?
Elegantly, he came from the shadows and saw that I was in a desperate situation. This kind stranger didn't hesitate and proceeded to grab some change, and while spinning, he threw the coins so fast and with grace into the vending machine, I was stunned. He spun so fast, he reminded me of Cyclone, and when the cold drink came out and landed directly in my hand, tears began to form. "Thank you, kind sir," I said as he walked away, looking all cool because he didn't turn around. You know, like one of those scenes from a movie where there's an explosion and the cool guy doesn't turn around? Yeah, it was like that. And that's how this build came to me.
Thanks for the enlightening story, Billy. So just to sum up, you made a worse version of the Mjolnir build with no defenses.
Yeah, but we got explosions.
Let's go over the gear. First and foremost, I have made a self-cast Pathfinder and Totem's Hierophant that used this node before. Both times the freezing pulse was noticeably better than Eye of Winter. However, this time around, if the Eye of Winter spell was in Cospri's, the damage and clear speed seemed almost exactly the same. So to me they were interchangeable. But in POB, freezing pulse looks a lot better, so there's that. Also, yes, getting Cospri's with this node was a true test of patience. I almost didn't make this build because it took 2.5 weeks to finally be able to buy one Cospri for 2 divines. The others listed were 35 divines and 2 mirrors. Yeah, wasn't gonna happen. The other one I have equipped has damage and accuracy. One of them is socketed with added cold damage support instead of deadly ailment, which is slightly less damage, but it allows me to chill enemies. The purpose of that is just a slightly defensive functionality. You know, slow down the prey, as I like to say. The helm I bought for very cheap, had everything I needed, and provides nice damage boost. I was originally gonna use this Aladdin's helm because I couldn't get the Cospris with the node, so that's an option as well. I chose Cospri's well for the theme, of course. Being able to poison enemies on hit with no other jewels or passive trees or heralds of agony was nice. Once again, using Ugo's Harmony. I'm not using EB, so mana regen was very important, as well as the total mana cost reduction, since we have 3 spells firing off. This ring just had good stats, and again, mana cost reduction. Assy Gentle Touch Gloves with +1 to get the Enlighten up 1 level. Belt with stats and mana, and regular old boots to fill our resistances. Corralitos Flask for damage, once again for damage. You know, I write what I'm gonna say so it flows better, but then and I go through the process of fixing up any mistakes, but even then it still catches me off guard when I go through a script 17 times and then I'm like, what did I just write here? Who comes up with this stuff? Blood Notch and Immutable Force combo with the Energy Shield Mastery to be essentially immune to stuns and recover 50% of damage from stunning hits. I did play around with Petrified Blood and some life recoupage passive points on the tree, but the life recovery from Noxious Strike is very, very powerful, and it would be wasted because of the Petrified Blood. Same with the gain life per enemy hit with spells on ring. The Corralitos Flask also constantly degens the life pool, so we were essentially always on low life, 50%. One option was to remove the flask, but we still take damage from mobs. So the other option would be to click life flask every 2 seconds. It was more defensive unless our life flask had no charges. So if you play this build, experiment what feels good to you, let me know. Anyway, alright, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with another beautiful video. Belt with stats and mana, and regular I can't even regular, okay, old boots